Welcome to this Spooktober special of CHS Wired. I'm Drew Trotter.
And I'm Ethan Hope. Stay tuned for Halloween trivia, stress management tips, and a CHS family feud. Welcome back. With Halloween next Thursday, many of you probably have Halloween traditions. Either it's listening to scary music or watching scary movies.
That's right. And a fun activity you can add to any Halloween party is some trivia. CHS Wired reporter Maddie Rhodes did exactly that and asked a few students how well they know their Halloween pop culture.
Hi CHS, I'm Maddie Rhodes, and today we will be putting some CHS students to the spooky trivia test. In The Nightmare Before Christmas, what was Oogie Boogie made of?
Cheese.
Bugs? Oogie Boogie is made of what?
Bugs? Bugs.
Correct. How does Buffy kill vampires?
With a steak?
No idea.
With her teeth.
A steak.
He's right. What do you call a group of witches?
A herd?
A flock? A pack.
A gang.
A coven. Who ain't afraid of no ghost?
Me. Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters.
I'm afraid of ghosts.
Ghostbuster.
Next, a story students find way less trivial. Several students participated in a walkout to help spread awareness for climate change. Bailey Liebert follows up.
Climate change. According to National Geographic, it is a long-term alteration of temperature and normal weather patterns in a place. All over the country, there have been walkouts raising awareness for climate change. Recently, Cody High School had its own walkout. These are some students' opinions on the walkout and on the topic in general.
I did participate in the climate change walkout.
I did not participate.
I did participate.
I did not participate in the climate change walkout.
No one can disagree that our world is changing, and I think we all just have different beliefs on why it's changing. And I do think it's mainly because of humans and what we have done to the planet, and that's why I think we need to change our ways.
Climate change has been happening for thousands of years, from Neolithic times when they came out of the Ice Age. That was climate change. So the theory that people are proposing is that did humans create global warming, what we are experiencing now, and I don't believe that is correct.
The science is so clear about it. It has never been as clear in history as it is now. And it's not really something that you can't just, something that you just don't believe in. The science says what it is. It's happening whether you believe in it or not. You can't just not believe in gravity.
I do not believe in the theory of climate change because I think that there's a lot of science that disproves it, not to mention the fact that I haven't actually seen any evidence to suggest that it exists other than some vague charts.
According to the survey that was recently sent out to all of CHS students, 77.5% of students believe that climate change is real, and 22.5% believe that it is not. Whether you agree with this movement or not, it is indisputable that this issue has taken not only the media, but society by storm.
If you would like to see more data of our student-led survey, follow us on Twitter at CHS_wired.
Speaking about opinions, some students can't survive without their daily cup of joe.
Our CHS Wired crew follows around 3 crazy coffee addicts to see if they can survive without their cup of joe.
How much do you like coffee, and what would you rate it on a scale of 1 to 10?
I love coffee. I'd give it a 20 out of 10.
I would kill someone for a cup of coffee. It gets me so energized in the morning.
Dude, I love coffee, and I have it 8 times a day.
Do you think you could go a week without coffee?
Oh yeah, I could do that, no problem. I've been wanting to cut down on my coffee, so this is the perfect opportunity.
Perfect.
I don't know, it would be really hard, but I think I could do it.
Dude, bro, for sure. I could save up all that money instead of spending it on coffee and buy a sick new mountain bike.
Russell, what are you doing? We're not supposed to be drinking coffee.
Yeah, how could you, bro? We're supposed to be in this together.
It's fine. Me and Maddox will just do it on our own.
Actually, Maddox and I, no big deal though.
Whatever, shut up.
Can I just have a smell of your coffee?
Maddox, you do not
Please,
look well.
just a sniff. Just a sniff.
Oh, okay.
Is that a pumpkin spice latte?
Yeah.
Can I have a sip?
No.
Can I just smell it?
No.
Please?
Get away!
I don't need it. I don't need it. I definitely don't need it. I don't need it.
I need it!
I can't take it anymore!
Amateurs can't go a week without coffee.
Well, Miss Miles, why don't you do the challenge?
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Mrs. Viles would not be able to last a day without her coffee.
That's right, there's always coffee in her hand.
I'm pretty sure Mrs. Viles wouldn't be able to go a week without coffee.
Tell us what you think on our Twitter page.
Most students take their ACTs during their junior year. CHS currently offers an ACT prep class. CHS Wired takes a look to see how the class has been helping these students take the big test.
My name's Tom Berniger, and I am a math teacher at Cody High School. And I'm one of 3 teachers that during the second trimester coach up kids to take the ACT. We have 1 math teacher, 1 science teacher, and 1 English reading teacher. And for 4 weeks, we rotate kids through in groups of 20. We practice a bit, get used to the format, get used to the pace of the test. And so we spend a little bit of time at the end about very specific little strategies and things to know just before you take the test.
What we can certainly say is that the kids that did take the ACT prep class scored significantly higher than the students that did not.
If putting in 12 weeks can help you to answer 3 or 4 or 4 or 5 questions correctly, and then you get another couple points on your ACT, here in Wyoming with the Hathaway, that can mean literal dollars in your pocket. And so it's totally worth it to shoot the moon, try it. I mean, what's the worst that could happen?
If you're interested in taking the ACT prep class, talk to a counselor or check out the school course guide to see when it is offered.
With ACTs and finals coming up, students can feel very overwhelmed.
Yeah, students and teachers may let this stress take over the school. Bobby Brenner brings you some tips on how to remain stress-free.
I think one of the major causes of stress among students is probably school itself, although I would also add to that there are a variety of stressors. It doesn't always come down to one thing, but a whole variety of things. Fitting in, developing an identity, finding out who you are. Chronic headaches are a big sign of stress. It's your body, it's too tense, it's telling you it's overloaded, and it responds with some sort of pain. Another big one is a stomach ache. Not being able to sleep is a big one. Too stressed out, not getting sleep, then having to wake up early in the morning and then having to do it all over again. The most positive way that you can deal with stress, 1, sleep. Sleep is huge. Getting enough sleep is a very, very big deal. The other thing is time management. Don't overextend yourself. Don't get involved too much. I mean, you want to be involved, but you don't want to be spread so thin that you can't function in any capacity. And another really, really big one is exercise. Whether it's formally working out in the weight room or going running or simply just hanging out with your friends, going for a walk. The more support you have around you, it's shown the better off you're going to be.
If the stress becomes too much, please reach out to someone, whether it's your teachers, your friends, or someone like Casabone. There is someone to help you.
If you feel like stress is taking over your life, reach out to a guidance counselor. They can help you remain stress-free.
Now to the sports desk with Tashi Matthewen.
Thanks, Ethan and Drew.
Welcome to the Sports Desk. I'm Tashi Matthewen. Cody Phillies Volleyball will be holding the 4A West Regional Tournament this year, while the Bronx hosts the first round of the playoffs. Check our Twitter for more information on times and dates. There are many opinions on the definition of a sport. Let's hear from some of our CHS athletes.
I think what defines a sport is physical activity to achieve a goal.
A sport is anything that you're a part of or like you're part of with a group that has an element of competition in it, that requires a level of practice, it requires like you to work hard, maybe fail a little. It's something that you have to work for, and it's something that you probably do as a part of a team.
Something that requires a certain level of skill.
A sport is an activity including physical exertion and skill that you compete against others in and entertains people.
Marching band, yes. Concert band, no. Because marching band, you are trying to move at different speeds based on the tempo that you're given while playing instruments and memorize music.
Marching band might be considered a sport because walking downtown 95 degrees on the 4th of July would suck.
I think esports can be considered a sport. I personally wouldn't consider it a sport, but for people who do it, maybe it does require that element of competition for them, and there is competition.
I think it is a sport. I mean, you're physically exerting yourself to make sure your body's still, you have to carefully flick your arm for aiming, etc. And you're definitely entertaining people. I mean, it's on TV. How much more entertaining can it get?
The exertion levels are going to be different for every single sport. So, I mean, obviously you're not going to be going as hard in football as marching band, but I mean, there should be a limit. Like speech and debate, you're just gonna sit there and talk to somebody. That doesn't count. Shots fired at Steven.
I think it should be a level of exertion that requires a high mental focus.
By definition in the Oxford Dictionary, a sport is an activity involving physical exertion and skill in which an individual or team competes against another or others for entertainment. This has been Anna Brenner for CHS Wired.
Tell us what you think on our Twitter page at CHS_Wired. Athletes are always running the risk of being injured. Here's a perspective of two senior athletes.
My name is Emily Larson. I injured my knee when I was playing volleyball. I was landing against the net, and when I landed, my knee turned in actually, and I tore my ACL.
I'm Paul Lavera. I'm on the football team. So I caught a ball, went to go turn upfield. Kid tackled me, landed on my shoulder funny. Until I'm fully recovered and good to go, 6 months, 5 months, but I'm gonna cut that down to 6 weeks.
My recovery is 9 months. Now I just try to be as loud as I can. Cheering from the bench, it's a little bit more difficult than it was before, but I try my best.
And as of right now, I would like to call myself a coach. Figuring out what kids need. You know, my role changed. I'm not the kid on the field anymore. You know, I'm helping out the others. So that's my role right now.
I would tell them to try their best to, I guess, maybe push through the pain with thinking of what the doctors say. Obviously, don't just ignore the doctors because that's not the right decision. Don't get too down because you can be a factor on the team even if you're not playing.
But it's part of life, and you know, it's just an obstacle, and you just got to overcome it. You know.
Sports are a great opportunity, but make sure you stay safe in your endeavors to be the best. If you haven't heard, Mr. Allred is trying to get a new class started here at CHS. Here's what it's all about.
Come in.
Hi, Mr. Johnston. I know you're busy, so I'm going to make it quick. I heard you're looking for a new PE class. If I got a doozy for you.
Pretty busy right now. All right, let's hear it.
Okay. Let me turn the lights off.
Allred, what are you doing?
Just wait a sec. I'm trying to walk the dog.
You got to be kidding me.
Would you like to see a student who's already in the class? What do you think?
I think you need to rethink your idea.
I think it's glorious.
I think you need to get out.
Let me explain.
Hold on a sec. Hello?
Hello, Mr. Johnson.
Mr. Williams, what can I do for you?
I'd like to start a yo-yo class.
You bet. Anything for you, Mr. Williams.
Are you kidding me?
You've taken enough of my time already.
You won't be needing this, I guess.
Keep an eye out next year for yo-yoing in the course catalog. Bronx and Phillies recently went on Family Feud. Let's see how it went.
Good morning, y'all. It's your host, Jocelyn Walteri, and boy, do we got a good one for you today. So, from the volleyball court, we got your Cody Phillies. And from your football field, we got your Cody Bronx.
Yes!
Whoever wins gets the possibility to take home $100,000 and a brand new car. Question number 1. What is something you might do in Yellowstone?
Look for animals.
Yes.
Go to Old Faithful.
No.
What is this?
You're gonna play?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go to the gift shop.
No.
Take a hike.
Yes.
Yeah. Go camping.
No.
Take photos.
Yes.
Go fishing.
You.
Okay, what do we got?
Family bonding.
Yes, you can. You can
go through it.
It's called.
You can go to
Quit that. The last answer is steal a buffalo.
Oh, okay.
What is something that is popular now but will be embarrassing in 5 years?
TikTok.
Yes.
Juuling.
Fashion.
Skinny jeans, yeah, sure, that counts.
Posing for pictures, like duck lips.
No.
Just like pictures in general.
Okay.
No.
Nose rings.
Eh.
Not yet.
Visco girls.
Scrunchies, so.
Okay, that's pretty broad.
I mean, Area 51 memes, Crocs, skinny jeans, flossing, scrunchies, Kanye, and TikTok.
Okay.
What might take a 100-year-old man 30 minutes to do?
Go to the bathroom.
Poop? Yes.
Get out of bed.
Get ready? Yes.
Eat.
Eat.
Get out of their car.
Eat. You.
Drive. What? 100-year-old people.
Oh no, I thought you did. Okay. Go up and down the stairs.
Eat.
I live or die by this answer.
Okay.
Move around in general.
No.
Walking? Yes.
No.
Congrats to the Bronx for winning this edition of Family Feud. Before we send you back to Ethan and Drew, here's this week's edition of Coach's Corner.
You need to make sure that you have a growth mindset as opposed to a fixed mindset, meaning you're willing to try, you're willing to do something different, because if you don't have that, then you get fixed in one spot and you're not really willing to do the best that you possibly can. Be coachable. Being coachable is very, very big. Don't get so worried about what other people think of you, because if you start worrying, you're really not focused on what you're supposed to be doing, because your focus needs to be on that game and doing the best that you can.
Welcome back. Now it's time for our movie quiz. Ethan, what is your favorite Halloween movie?
Edward Scissorhands is probably on the top of my list.
No. Nightmare Before Christmas definitely takes my top spot.
No. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is 10 times better.
Wait, hold the phone. Beetlejuice. It's
showtime.
Oh, it's about time.
I say we open it.
Maybe we should knock first.
Babs.
Boy, do you know how to pick them? Do I have a shot at her or what?
Excuse me.
Well, sure, if I ever step my bounds, just tell me, come on.
You know what's really beautiful about this? You two kids picked me. You didn't have to, but you picked me. It makes me want to kiss you guys. Come on, come on. Give me one. All right, let's get down to business. You're right. I got a card around here somewhere.
Here, hold this for me, would you? Oh, here you go.
You don't have to kill anyone.
Ah, possession. Good.
Learn to throw your voice. Fool your friends. Fun and party.
No, we just want to get some people out of our house.
I understand.
My wife and I would like to ask you a few questions.
Sure. Go ahead and shoot.
What are your qualifications?
Well, I've attended Juilliard. I attended Harvard Business School. I lived through the Black Plague, had a pretty good time at that. And I've seen The Exorcist about 167 times.
And it keeps getting funnier every single time I see it. Not to mention the fact that you're talking to a dead guy. Now what do you think? You think I'm qualified?
What I mean is, can you be scary?
What do you think of this? You like it?
Excuse us, please.
Sure, talk amongst yourselves.
This week's spooky movie quiz is Beetlejuice, directed by Tim Burton and released in 1988. This week's movie question is, what's the name of the mom's best friend that helps her remodel the house? If you think you know the answer, call extension 5125.
If you know the answer, call extension 5125 to win a free movie pass to Bighorn Cinema.
The library is undergoing a colorful change, and it's not just the new librarian, Mrs. McLeod.
That's right, Mrs. McLeod found a talented artist. Let's check it out.
The old mural is outdated, and I think it'll be a nice update. A panorama will fill up the entire space, and that's about as far as I've got on the idea. So there haven't really been any obstacles other than I need to put down tarps. I leave for the foreign exchange the third trimester, so I technically have the entire second trimester to finish it if I need. Hopefully it'll be done by the end of next month.
Now you have an excuse to check out a book and see the new mural.
Many of you have probably noticed that Cody is sporting a lot of pink. That's because October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Hayden Bronnerberg follows up.
Mostly my daily routine consists of working at Bubba's, running Bubba's, managing employees, doing book work for the business, running Justin around, drama club, stuff like that. That's mainly what I do. I was first diagnosed in October of 2015.
Super simply, breast cancer is basically when cells in the breast super grow and produce, and they essentially make a tumor, and that tumor can invade the tissues around the breast and could possibly spread to other areas in the body.
What went through my mind when I heard the news was everything horrible. Was I gonna die? What was gonna happen to me? Not see my kids grow up. It was just a total defeating moment.
Both males and females can get breast cancer. It's more common in females, but men can get it too. Early detection is super important.
The earlier you can detect it,
the better your treatment options are.
The sooner you can treat it and prevent it from spreading to other parts of your body.
Women over the age of 40 should get a mammogram every year.
The most important thing is that women are doing, and men too, are doing the self-breast exams. Once a month they recommend, just to check for lumps, bumps, changes.
Know your family history. Red flags and symptoms, like pain that won't go away, redness, soreness, if there's any kind of swelling, dimpling, dark spots around the nipple area, or rashes.
The advice I'd give with someone diagnosed with breast cancer is to learn all you can about the type that you have, what your options are, get help from any counseling or anything that you need if that's something that you need. Make sure you have great support from your family, friends. Talk about it, don't hide from it.
It's a team effort, and don't feel like you can do this on your own. You need to rely on your family and friends, trust your healthcare providers.
I think just being like super transparent with your family, maybe not just thinking that, oh, they won't understand, so I'm not gonna talk to my kids about it. Like, they need to know, and it's important that they know.
I just knew that I had to do the same things I always did, and I had to be there for all the people I needed to be there for, so I just pressed on. And
treatment these days and the outcomes are so much better than they had been in the past. Just know that there's hope.
Well, we have one more special segment for you on this Halloween edition of CHS Wired.
That's right. Rumor has it CHS has its very own haunted tuba player.
Trevor Freider tells the tale.
I have a story to tell you, and I assure you, every word is true. It was a dark and stormy night at Cody High School, and the phantom tuba player was on the loose. I was walking through the hallways, looking for a particular musical item to steal.
Taryn went down to the band room. He was looking for a tuba to steal. He was in a bind because he was way behind and he was willing to make a squeal. When he came across this tuba player blowing on the tuba and playing it hot, the phantom jumped up on a carpet bump and said, "Boy, let me tell you what. Well, I guess you didn't know it, but I'm a tuba player too. And if you'd care to take a dare, I'll make a bet with you." The phantom opened up his case and he said, "I'll start this blow." And the fire flew from his fingertips and he adjusted his torso. He blew hard on the evil piece and it made an evil hiss, and a band of spirits joined in. It sounded something like this. When the phantom finished, Taryn said, "Well, you're pretty good, old son, but just sit down in that chair right there and let me show you how it's done." While the phantom bowed his head because he knew that he'd been beaten, and he opened up that wooden door and he began to move his feet. Taryn said Phantom to come on back if you ever want to try again, and what Taryn told him next made the Phantom twitch. I'm the best that's ever been.
Well, that's all for this episode of CHS Wired. Make sure you spend time with family and friends, carving pumpkins, finding the scariest haunted house in town, or, most importantly, having fun. I'm Ethan Hope.
And I'm Drew Trotter. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next CHS Wired.
So you're going to need to you have like 5 minutes, and then you need to lock up, shut the lights off and stuff for me.
Yeah, no problem. This quick, I got it.
I mean, we don't want anything life-threatening to happen. You know, it is Halloween.
Yeah, no problem. This is quick. I'll do that.
I mean, you could be like the bones of my past previous students. So yeah, seriously, lock up, okay? Nothing life-threatening. All right, okay, okay.